Hi, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Michigan State Spartans Insider Podcast. I'm your beat reporter for Michigan State Spartans on SI, Aiden Champion. We're going to be talking about another transfer defensive back that has committed to Michigan State, Devynn Cromwell from Texas Tech. I thought Michigan State was just about done with um, transfer commits, but I've thought that a couple times now, and here they are adding another one. Um, and continue to emphasize the need of depth in the secondary. And it's clear they've really addressed that need. Um, if you remember, this isn't the only Texas Tech or former Texas Tech guy that Michigan State added this offseason. Isaac Smith also came from Texas Tech. He's an edge rusher and was a transfer they added to another area of the field that they were really hammering in terms of adding depth to, and Smith could be a potential starter even. But looking at Cromwell, comes off of one season with Texas Tech, made two starts in 9 games, 20 tackles. Um, he had only spent 1 year there, had transferred over from the University of Guelph in Ontario, had a really good 23 season with them, 26 tackles, 2.5 for loss, an interception, 5 pass breakups, a forced fumble, a fumble recovery. Um, and, I think this is a guy who could see some significant snaps for Michigan State. I don't necessarily know if he'll start, but adds competition to a room because he's a safety. And he can play several positions. Very versatile. That's huge. Um, and I think this just the more competition you can add to the safety room, secondary in general, just the better. It's going to bring out the best in everyone, and you've got spots that are um, kind of up in the air. You look at the nickel position. This is a guy who could potentially take that spot, maybe. But if not, certainly we'll get some good playing time, I think, next season. Um, but you look at what Jonathan Smith's doing, and he had said in the spring that secondary was going to be one of those areas that they were looking at, and man, um, they really been hammering that. I mean, look at Tracy Rebels, um, look at most recently Dontavius Nash. Those are just a couple guys, but um, you know the they're really they know where they needed to add depth and potentially fill starting jobs, and they've done it. And Smith isn't, he doesn't necessarily say, okay, we're satisfied here, don't need any more bodies. He is very open to competition. He welcomes it, embraces it, and um, I think that's great because competition, iron sharpens iron. It's going to help everyone, and it's going to bring the best out and everyone fighting for a job. And especially secondary, obviously endured a lot of injuries last year, um, and so now you're looking at a room where you want as many bodies as possible, so that um, you got guys who can step up, um, because it's always about next man up mentality, and guys got to be ready. So when you've got several guys who are capable of starting, you're in a really good spot. And this is a room that really obviously needs to. needs to turn things around. You're getting some good guys back. Um, so I think there is a lot of reason to be optimistic about Michigan State's secondary going into next season. And uh, Cromwell, he only adds to that. So he's got 1 year of eligibility remaining. Uh, and we'll see what he can do as a Spartan. As always, thank you everyone for tuning in. We'll keep you updated with any more Michigan State football news. Um, and we're heading into, the real dog days of the off season. So, but then before you know it, your Spartans will be back on the gridiron for fall camp. So, as always, thank you everyone for tuning in. Hope you all had a great Tuesday and hope you have a great rest of your week. Thank you.